that! You like that!
Week number seven. Here we go.
Woo!
Taking calls, busting balls. All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh, Fatties Fantasy Football Factory. We are back. We have our good Mandarin mush and big old gig.
Coming
What's
at
the
ya.
Vienna sausages?
Coming at ya. You know it, buddy. You know it.
They're
Handle
good.
your fist.
They're good. All right. Well, we'll get right to it. You guys want to start right on the games, huh?
Yes, sir.
Started.
Well,
Started.
I got the first game. Carolina at New Orleans. 3-3 Carolina going into the Voodoo City to take on the 3-2 Saints. Their high-powered offense. Wah, wah. Well, they're missing all their wide receivers, and that's not good. A few players the roster in this one would be Mike Davis, Drew Brees. I'll say Jared Cook, Alvin Kamara, and here we go, man, right off the bat. Traquan Smith.
Traquan
Whoa.
Smith.
Sleeper this week. Sleeper. The Saints are banged up there. But Carolina, if Carolina can take care of the football this week, they have a legit shot of going 4-3. The Saints are not good at doing the takeaways. I think they only have 2 on the year. Same as the Dallas Cowboys, by the way. Not great. So if Teddy Bridgewater can hold off on the turnovers, I think Carolina goes into New Orleans and beats the Saints.
That's a hot take.
I like it.
Hot take. I will take Carolina. The under. I'm going to take the under of 50.5.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
Yeah, I think
Saints are too
Teddy's
banged up.
gonna, had those 2 turnovers last week. That's very uncommon of him. I think that he comes back this week and has a game. I think he's a really good bye week replacement if you need a QB to stick in there. And I think this is going to be a lot closer than everyone thinks it is. I really do.
Wow.
Yep. Mike Davis, touchdown in all 4 of his starts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at
He's
that.
been a
On
great replacement.
fire. He's been on fire.
Fire.
Jesus. Good old Mike Davis. He's a ringer.
Ding, ding.
Love him.
All right. Next game, we got another sleeper. We got a snoozer game. Buffalo at the New York Jets. Buffalo is struggling. They did not look good last week. Singletary, he has not looked good either. He's had less than 35 rushing yards in his last 2 games. That's not good. Josh Allen, he was on fire to start the season. He had 3 straight 300-yard games. Has not gone over since. He's had a tough schedule. He's had, I think, Tennessee and Kansas City. Look for him to get a rushing touchdown. Get back on the ground. Take a hold of this division. Pats are crumbling. Dolphins just went with a rookie quarterback. Diggs, on the other hand, he has gone. He's looked great. He's had either 100 yards catching or a touchdown or both in all of his games. Streamed that Bills defense. The Jets, what do you want me to say? I'm sorry, Quantum Week, Chris. They just
Garbage.
Crowd is not playing. I think Darnold's back, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I love the
trash
Bills.
can.
You know what? I'm gonna play it safe this week. Lock it in on the Bills. Lock it in.
Bills 10.5.
Wicked safe.
Bills by 10.5.
10.5. I like it.
I'll take the under. 45.5. I'll take the under on that one. I don't think the Jets score more than 10 points. Jesus Christ.
I think they cover for sure.
Yeah.
Bad.
But again, you said the Buffalo they weren't great
Nope.
last week. So
Mandarin, who's the other receiver for the Jets that's been that's been playing pretty well with Crowder out. I've seen him. Yeah, I know, right? I know. If you're sticking a Jets receiver in your lineup, well, life sucks.
Desperate times call for desperate measures, man.
Well, I've seen that. I've seen that people have rushed right out there and picked up Perrine quite a bit. So,
yeah.
I mean, if you got it,
Frank Gore's 9,000 years old.
Yeah, I know, right?
37. Imagine that. When I was 37, I couldn't get out of bed.
Jesus Christ.
Guys running the ball. It's crazy.
Next game up, we got the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. And I love it when these two teams play with each other. It's something about the color schemes. Maybe they're both from Ohio, but I love it. Okay? Baker Mayfield, you're sitting his dopey ass. Joe Burrow's not that bad of a bye week replacement. If you remember correctly, he threw for over 300 yards the last time these two teams played. Running backs, you're starting Kareem Hunt. He's a volume guy. Should have a massive game here. Joe Mixon is out, so the Bengals went out and signed an Italian fella by the name of Giovanni Bernard. And he's got a beautiful mustache. I don't know if you've seen that, but he's a good I got him plugged into one of my teams. He's just a volume guy. He's going to get volume. So on the receivers side, Bengals, AJ finally had a game last week. Go figure. It's crazy between him, Higgins, and Boyd. They're all around 22 to 25% of the targets. So you never really know on any given week who it's going to be, although I still prefer Boyd just because he's the slot receiver. But Higgins has been having a good year, and it was crazy. Green had something like 11 receptions or 11 targets last week. Here's the thing on the Cleveland side. Odell Beckham is underperforming like crazy. And this week he's going to probably have William Jackson covering him, which is Cleveland's best quarterback. So maybe a day for Jarvis Landry over Odell, but you never know. Odell had that one long touchdown catch versus the Bengals. What was that, week 1, week 2 or something like that? Austin Hooper's out. And you got David Njoku or whatever it is. It might be a soft J like yogging. Okay.
I love the yog. I love yogging.
You have Bryant as well. So one of those guys are going to catch a touchdown there. That's not a bad. I actually put David Njoku in because I think I had Mark Andrews on the bye. Mm-hmm. And, on the other side of the ball, Sample, not really a start in my mind. He sees a couple targets, but that's pretty paper thin. Over-under on this game is 51. I am taking the over.
Whoa.
I'm taking the over. I think these guys are just going to beat the ever-loving shit out of each other.
Yeah.
And I'm actually going to take Cincinnati to win. I think these guys are going to split. I think they're going to split. Cleveland beat them. It seems like Cleveland was whooping their ass. They only won by 5 points last game. So, and I will say that Cincinnati's run defense is certainly better now than it was when they first played. And obviously there's no Nick Chubb, but Kareem Hunt's still. And Kareem Hunt's a little bit dinged up too. So,
well, if we're going on your theory that Cincinnati wins and the over's 51, that means one of two things. Joe Burrow's having a game or Giovanni Bernard's having a game.
Yeah.
Which one's it going to be, fellas?
Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow's having the game. So if you have Joe Burrow and you need somebody to start this week, go ahead. Throw him in there. Get it done.
Are you saying plug him in?
Plug him in.
Plug him in, baby. Yeah, I got him in one of my leagues for Lamar Jackson, who's on the bye. So I got Joe in there.
Yeah, if this was 2013, like Giovanni Bernard would be a great start, but I mean, 2020.
It's just volume. I mean, I think he's probably gonna get somewhere in the ballpark of I would think probably 20 touches at least.
I think the last time these teams played, he stole a touchdown from Mixon too, I think. On the goal line.
Right.
No, he did.
No, because he got his first touchdown last week. Yeah.
Oh, then it was called back.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, on to the next game.
Boring.
Speaking of last week was an absolute disaster for the Dallas Cowboys. Trying to ride that red Dalton wave, and unfortunately, it was more of a ripple. They sucked, and they looked like a diabetic on a 3-day little Debbie Bender. Jesus, they were awful. they lost a couple. Zeke didn't help him at all. He lost a couple fumbles, but oh my God, Dak gone. It's like if George Washington died crossing the Potomac, we'd all be drinking tea and paying out of our ass for dental care.
Yeah.
Speaking of Washington, a lot of young wide receivers here, and middle of the pack, backup quarterback. What was the reach? This one's going to be a shit show. And Cowboys don't have more than 2 takeaways on defense. I'm picking the upset. I think the Washington football team is coming in, and they're going to beat the Cowboys. So I'm going to take Washington in the under. Players to watch this week. CeeDee Lamb, I still think gets 100 yards.
Absolutely.
Speaking of, we talked about tight end and Daniel Njoku. I say Logan Thomas this week. Logan Thomas. I like him. I would, not desperate, but I'd, if you didn't really care about the tight end position, I'd throw him in there. Why not? Try it out.
This just feels like, if you have room on your bench, I would go get Pollard. It just seems like the wheels are falling off at Dallas, and it's like almost like a preemptive strike. I feel like one of these huge running backs is going to go down, and their handcuff is going to become the volume guy here. And like whether it be Pollard or we saw it with Dalvin Cook a couple weeks ago. So if you got room, and I'm starting to see like his ownership slowly increase, might be worth a stash, because I just feel like the Cowboys, this snake bit right now, boy. Snake bit.
Yeah, hopefully Zeke doesn't wear those stupid sleeves anymore. You can't wear sleeves if you're a running back, because you just punch the ball out.
Yeah.
Twice. Jesus Christ. I'm worried about Cooper.
He had in the past couple of weeks. He's had a couple fumbles, right?
5.
Yeah, right.
I know all too well. I'm worried about Cooper. You look back historically with Andy Dalton. You plug in that Bengals offense. You got Cooper, is Green, and who had a better, career with Dalton, Boyd or Green? Boyd started to pick it up. I like CeeDee Lamb, Gallup too. Those slot guys, they're gonna thrive under him. So Cooper might need to start going on the trade wire.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't like what I see.
I've seen people trading him a lot recently.
Yep, I don't like what I see.
Well, next game up.
Green Bay at.
Oh no, go ahead. Green Bay.
Green Bay at Houston. This is going to be a good game. Doesn't look like Aaron Jones is playing. He's doubtful. I think he was less than 100%. So look for Jamal Williams. People have been picking him up all over the place. He's been in the league for a long, long time. This is a Davante Adams game. Rodgers going to sling it. This is going to be a shootout. On the other side, Houston has looked great since they fired Bill. Watson has gone over his projected passing yards in 5 straight weeks. Cooks looks good. He's got a lot of volume the last 4 weeks. And Fuller, he's outperformed his projected points every single week. So I'm picking Houston in this game. I think the Green Bay is a mess. With no Aaron Jones, he's been so productive the last 2 years that they're really going to hurt for that. And I like Houston. I love them.
Man, they were embarrassed last week, dude. Green Bay was embarrassed last week.
You got Rodgers, doing a touchdown.
Rodgers had a good game last week, didn't he?
Yeah,
Rodgers had a good game, right?
I can't believe I still ended up winning our fantasy matchup there, but Rodgers had like 5.4 points or something pathetic.
Trash can.
Yeah, I would think that Rodgers, like this has all the storyline of him like bouncing back and throwing for fucking 350 and 3 touchdowns. And you could do that on Houston's porous defense, but I don't know. Like I feel as though Houston's offense now can control the ball a little bit better and hold on to it a little bit more and keep it out of Rodgers' hands. So we'll
Yep.
I have a couple bold predictions on this one.
I love it.
Bringing it right out.
Let's hear it.
This is the first week we see Jordan Love. We see Jordan Love this week.
Why? Because of injury?
Well, just they're going to get blown out. Houston is on fire. At Houston, by the way. You're right. Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, Deshaun Watson, unload. Start them all. They're going to get, it's going to go crazy. And just to reiterate, Kirk's toe guy just asked on Twitter, should I start Aaron Jones? That's a no. He ain't even playing. No, you're out.
He's not out yet, but even if he plays, I don't think that he's going to, look at Fournette kind of the past few weeks. He's probably going to be something like that. He's in there, but only for the kneel downs.
Yep. And I would say two things would happen. They get blown out and Jordan Love gets in, or Aaron Rodgers is sad enough. After last week, said, no, you know what? No, he's not going to do it. I don't know. For some reason, I feel Jordan Love's going to be in this game.
Wow.
Well, they didn't even, put him on the active roster last week. It was a nightmare.
Oh, really? They didn't?
Nope.
They have to roster him this week. They have to. Looking at the performance of Aaron Rodgers, and not to give Tampa Bay any Green Bay all the credit. Tampa Bay did a good defensively, but I've seen Aaron Rodgers throw the ball 80 times better than what he did last week. So that's crazy. I want to see. I think most of it's because I want to see Jordan Love play.
Yeah, I do too. I'd like to see it too. But I'm telling you, we're gonna get into this here in a little bit. Tampa Bay's fucking defense is legit. They are. Yeah,
Shaquille Griffin and Ndamukong Suh.
It's the best defense in the league right now.
Jason Pierre-Paul with his fried off winger.
Over under, what do we got? 57. Yeah, I can see that. I can see the over on that for sure.
I could see a 45-10.
No, really?
It's not going to be that bad.
No, maybe 20, maybe 21. I say Green Bay scores 21 points. That means Houston scores 35. That's still under the 57.
I really think Devontae bounces back though in this game and goes.
You're going to call him Parker.
He got traded. Yeah. So I think Adams comes back and has a game. Hopefully, I have him on my team.
That's all that they have, really.
Yeah, I know. Maybe Scantling. Who knows?
Scantily clad. Scantling.
Scantily
all
clad.
Right, who's up next?
Is that me? We got the Lions and the Falcons.
Ooh.
And if you like games where quarterbacks are just airing that puppy out, then you're starting both of these guys. Because I'll tell you what, this is going to be probably a high-scoring affair, I would think. Because neither one of these teams can defend against the pass. So, that being said, Matt Ryan, start. Stafford, start. Swift.
DeAndre Swift. Monster.
Finally, they're like, here, kid, take the rock. Let's see what you can do. And he fucking showed up last week. He ran like a bat. He broke off a 50-yard plus run. I think now, they got it. They're like, okay, we don't need to have the 50-year-old Adrian Peterson running the ball. We have a stud rookie. So expect to see more of him. Must start. Which Todd Gurley are we going to get? You guys know I can't stand Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley 2 weeks ago went for like 120 yards rushing. Last week, he fucking barely rushed to the fucking concession stand. So I don't know what you're going to get out of Todd Gurley.
Man, that's a good bargain.
You're probably going to start him anyway. Receivers, Julio Jones. Hey, buddy.
Julio.
Welcome back. Say me and Julio down by the schoolyard. Oh, my God, dude. What a game that sucker had. So I'd start them all up. Start every receiver. Kenny Galladay, start him. Jones Jr., start him. He's been struggling all year. He was playing a lot better when Galladay was out, but since he's come back, he's been virtually non-existent. So I would start him and Hawkinson as well. Another guy that commands red zone targets on that.
What's Hawkinson's first name?
Fucking TJ.
Ooh.
TJ Hawkinson.
Start him up. Start him up. What a name.
Yeah, Falcons give up a lot of points to tight ends.
They do indeed. So I definitely, I'd start them all. This is one of those games I really think it should be high scoring. The over-under is 55. I'm taking the over on that. And
Over.
And I think Atlanta's going to win. Both of these teams, the fourth quarter of this game is going to be fucking great. They're going to go back and forth because both of these teams give up fourth quarter leads. Like, how wouldn't happen? I wouldn't be surprised if this game is settled last second field goal.
Well, if this game was played on Mars, Detroit would be favored by 1 point.
Yeah.
You know? So, I mean, they're basically saying it's a toss-up this week. Being Atlanta, I think you're right. I think Atlanta wins by at least a field goal. I will take Atlanta in the over. I think it's air attack. Here we go.
Yep. No, I like Atlanta. I like the over Todd Gurley, 4 straight touchdowns. Touchdowns in 4 straight games.
Yeah, but I mean, I just don't get Todd Gurley. Like, I really don't. Some weeks he looks like he's fucking incredible, and then the very next week he's just like, it's so like he runs with no enthusiasm. It's so weird. I don't know about that. I always like the smash mouth guys, the guys that fucking hit holes, and his first move is like an east-west move, like a little, look at which way am I going? And it's like, you dog.
Love smash mouth. Anyway, all right, next game up. I think it's me, all right?
We got a good game coming up.
We got a good game coming up, and we'll start right here. Do the Steelers draft good wide receivers, or do they develop wide receivers?
I'm just asking the question, caller.
Yeah, just asking the question. I would say they draft good receivers. That being said, we have Pittsburgh versus Tennessee this week. And just coming off the wire, there's been some massive penalties for the COVID-19 Tennessee suspensions, firings, loss of draft picks. Just kidding. Nope, they fined him $350,000. That was it. That's all they did. So, well, getting back to the game, this is this week's barn burner. I know you like the Detroit-Atlanta matchup. This is a barn burner. High-flying offenses on both sides. And my lock of the week, the over. This one, the over, 51. Way over. Derrick Henry's a must-start, along with Ryan Tannehill. And, again, I don't know what it is with tight ends this week. Jonnu Smith. I think he's going to have a hell of a game. So, if the Titans want to win, though, they have to get Tannehill. He has to get rid of the ball quickly. He can't hold it. I mean, 2.5 seconds, get rid of it. So that's why I think Jonnu Smith has a bigger game. And I think Derrick Henry, there's going to be a lot of dump-offs to the running backs for them. And I think they got a real shot. I think they got a shot at it. I think it's going to be close. And even though the better say it's going to be close, 1.5. The Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger is going to be chucking it up all day. Chase Claypool, throw him in there. Juju Smith-Schuster, throw him in there.
Is Johnson back this week? Deontay Johnson?
No.
I don't know either. I think he might be. It's funny because Pittsburgh has either the first or the second best run defense. I think they're only giving up like 66 yards a game. Something crazy.
Sure.
He's not on the injury report this week.
Oh, look at that. So he's back. Well, that's good.
That's good news.
But I think Chase Claypool has cemented himself as a starter in that offense.
I think probably is too.
No matter what. And I think if Mike Vrabel's smart, I know he's defensively smart, but if he's smart,
frozen TJ. So
he's playing chess, TJ.
Look, we got frozen TJ. We lost TJ. No, I think that to temper the expectations of Derrick Henry on the ground. But one thing that's interesting that I read was like when teams are running play action, the Steelers blitz 60% of the time.
Jesus,
I know, it's fucking insane. So that's something to be like looking out for. It's like, I don't know. I know Tannehill looked fucking great against Buffalo, but I think that Pittsburgh's defense is definitely puts more pressure on the quarterback than Buffalo's defense. So it'll be something interesting to look out for.
I think they might be. They're definitely top 5 defense, the Steelers. But
absolutely,
this is going to be a great game. I love Tennessee in this game. I love what they're doing. They're just a fun team to watch. Tannehill, who would have thought? that he would break out like this. He was a nobody in Miami, but love the Titans.
It seems like last week we had a whole bunch of like garbage matchups, and then this week is like there's a whole bunch
Tons
of
of
great
good
games.
ones. Tons
Yeah.
of good ones. And
Really
good
is.
storylines. We're going to get to a great storyline next. We have San Fran at your New England Patriots. Jimmy's coming home. Jimmy G is coming home.
That's right.
I don't like George Kittle in this game. Belichick, what does he do? He talked him up all week. He's one of the best tight ends in the league. He's up there with, some of the great ones of all time. Look at the game plan that they did for Waller and when the Pats faced Las Vegas. Waller did nothing. Look for
Yeah,
Kittle.
shut him
He's going to
down.
get his. I mean, he's just too good not to get his. But that's going to be a tough one. No Mostert? He's on the IR.
Mostert's out. Yep. Out.
You want to stash? We're going to
I
stash.
got him, baby. Give him.
Kevin Coleman.
Oh.
He's
See,
coming back off the IR next week.
I thought you were going to get hasty with it.
Hasty.
Yeah, that's the other one.
Jim Michael.
Hasty.
Yeah, and then there's McKinnon. I think he's a good start in PPR. He catches the ball out of the backfield. Samuel, he's going to run the ball too. I think he ran the ball a few times last week. He looked pretty good. They got a lot. I don't even know what they're going to do on offense. Which Jimmy are we going to get? We're going to get the Jimmy G that's going to sling the ball all over the field to stuff it in, Bill's face? Or are we going to get the tepid one like we saw against Miami? Who knows?
Wow. Can you guys hear me all right?
Oh, we can hear you.
Well, I can tell you, everything on my computer screen is frozen.
No, whatever.
It's horrible. So, I don't know what happened. Everything locked right up.
That's all right. We made it through the Pittsburgh Tennessee game, buddy, without you.
Good. Well, I was going to pick Pittsburgh over Tennessee, 42-35.
Whoa, Jesus!
Over.
Oh my God!
Way over.
Jesus.
Way over.
There's no defense. Both defenses are playing a man down.
Yeah, 10 on 10.
10 on 10.
Oh, 10 on 11. So that's how I would see it.
What's the this game, Rich, I really have no idea what the fuck is going to happen. The Patriots looked like garbage against the Broncos.
Bad.
I just don't like. I think Deebo Samuel's going to have a game. I just don't know about this Patriots team anymore. I just don't know because everyone said Cam can't fucking throw the ball, and you know what? I think he has 2 touchdowns on the year passing and 4 picks. It's not looking good.
No. I mean, I like me some Cam Newton, but yeah, I don't know what they're. At least they practiced this week. And what's going on with the tight ends, guys? Throw to your tight ends. They were wide open.
What tight ends?
I had a little bird told me in my ear this week that they were trying to trade for Zach Ertz before he went down. So I think the Patriots make a tight end move before the trade deadline.
Yeah, there's been some rumblings on like Evan Ingram and Golden Tate that they want to get them. They're looking at the David Njoku too. Their tight end is a mess.
So why would they not try out Icy there, ACAC?
Yeah, when did they draft him? Second round?
Third round?
Third round?
Third round. Try it out.
He was a high draft pick for him. And Cam Newton had a great relationship with Greg Olson in Carolina. Yep. Sure. I mean, obviously, I just don't understand why nothing is. There was, I was reading an article this week saying, the Patriot receivers are not getting separation. They're not getting separation. I also saw someone else look into missed passes to Bird and how Bird has had separation.
Yep.
He's either been missed or not even seen. So, because Bird's got some wheels on him.
Yeah.
He's definitely has some wheels. But, I just don't know. And I don't know about freaking Damian Harris anymore. I don't don't know. It's going to be interesting. What time is that game? Is that at 1 o'clock?
4 o'clock. He's going up against. They're going up against Brady.
Wow.
Yeah, I like this game because of the storyline. Anytime that Jimmy G is going to come back, you're going to get a nice storyline. But I'll pick New England. This is a must-win for them. I mean, if not, they're going to start selling off pieces. They're already trying to trade. What's his name? Gilmore. They tried to trade in the offseason. They're trying to trade him again to Chicago.
Well, if they can get a first-round draft pick for Gilmore, I think you get it. I think you go for it. You know what I mean?
Is his contract up next year?
It might be, or he might have one more year.
Because he's going to want to get paid.
Well, you look at what Ramsey and Jamal Adams got. They got 2 first-round picks both each. They're a little bit younger, but I mean, you might get one for Gilmore.
He maybe it's just because DK Metcalf is a fucking absolute animal, but I mean, he made Gilmore look amateur. So I don't know.
Aaron Jones is out.
Out.
Ooh, out.
Inactive.
Out. Inactive.
So whoever asked that question, run out there and see if Jamal Williams is out there. Get out there right now. Go get his ass.
Scoop him up.
Scoop him up.
Throw him in it.
All right, next game we have is the Chiefs versus the Broncos. So here we go. Drew Lock actually has Noah Fant back, so that's a good thing. All you Noah Fant owners, that's a positive sign out there. No Melvin Gordon. He's drunk and has strep throat still, I guess.
Deadly combo.
Yeah. Lindsey had 23 carries last week against the Patriots.
Jeez.
No touchdowns, but he was over 100 yards. The only way that Denver is going to keep themselves in this game is by running the football, which you can do against the Kansas City Chiefs. The longer you hold on to the ball, that just means Pat Mahomes doesn't have the fucking ball. That's the only way any team in the league is ever going to beat the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yep.
Run.
Run the ball.
Run.
Do I think the fucking Broncos are going to beat the Chiefs? Hell no.
Daddy takes the T-Bird away.
Yeah. So, obviously, Drew Lock, no. Pat Mahomes, that's your guy. Interesting. So, Le'Veon's playing. Big news there.
Yes.
You're probably going to march Le'Veon out there if you're a Le'Veon owner and you're like, oh, fuck yeah, I'm going to go fucking win it all now. I think the split's going to be like 60-40 probably. I think that Andy Reid will work him into like a lot of like passing downs and stuff like that. I think Allaire is still going to be the guy, especially after last week. Allaire had a fucking game last week. So probably temper the expectations on Le'Veon Bell. It's going to be interesting to see how that backfield really works itself out. I expect Tyreek Hill to get back on track this week. He said 2 weeks in a row where he's been kind of he hasn't done shit. So I expect Tyreek to make a comeback here. On the opposite side, receivers, obviously, like I said, you got Noah Fant back and Jerry Jeudy. I mean, you got to play him just because you got to play him. But, I mean, it's the Broncos. I mean, they're pretty they suck. Can't stand them. But
they're not great.
They just whooped the Patriots' ass. I mean.
Well, as bad as they looked last week, the Pats, they almost won that game, too.
Yeah, they did because
you
throw 2 picks in the fourth quarter or something. Yeah, like hold on to the ball, you idiot. Like I don't understand like what he's up there doing. Like that's what's crazy about like some of these young quarterbacks.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Bye, TJ.
I do own Bell. Somebody dropped him in one of my leagues, so I scooped him up. He's on my bench this week.
Dropped him, huh?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't. You got to see what the split's going to be. I think Bell is eventually going to take over just because of the name.
Do you really?
Yeah, I mean, what is he there for? I think he's on his last year, so kind of that mercenary role, like a Darrelle Revis. He's coming for the year, win the championship, get money somewhere else. So I think that they're just going to start feeding him. I'm hopeful at least because that's a sick pickup.
I just feel like Andy Reid would be more like loyal and dedicated to the kid right now. Just because he's been running the ball for him all year. Like, I don't know. If I was Allaire and Le'Veon Bell came in and just started like taking over, I'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Allaire,
it's an indictment on him.
Absolutely. Allaire's had a pretty good season. I mean, obviously it's been off and on, but last week he had a fucking great game. So I don't know, be interesting. But I think what they'll do is probably ease Bell into it at first.
Yep.
A lot of passing downs. And I think that's what he's going to really become for that team is the pass catching back because he is I mean, that's what he's good at. So,
Well, to a lesser extent, you have in Cleveland, you have Hunt and Chubb, and Hunt's that passing back, but I mean, he's a fantasy start.
oh, 100%. But you know what's funny? It's like I wasn't starting him, and I probably should have been at the beginning of the year. But he's a flex. So what's interesting is Allaire the flex now, or is Bell the flex now? One of those guys is going to be one of the best flexes in the league, I would have to say.
Let's see. I think we're going to skip
game.
TJ's game. He had the Jaguars and the Chargers. Let's see. Oh, Seattle at Arizona. A Sunday night game. That got
another kick-ass game, dude.
That's going to be awesome. This is going to be awesome. Russell Wilson, he's thrown 2 touchdowns or more in 8 straight games. Carson has outperformed his projection in 4 of 5. DK Metcalf, he has gone to a next level.
Animal.
He's incredible. Tyler Lockett looks great in PPR. Stay away from the tight ends. Greg Olsen and that other guy, I don't know his name, maybe Dissy.
Will Dissy. Yeah.
Arizona does not give up points to tight ends. I don't think they've given up more than like 53 yards to a tight end this year. So stay away from them. Not that you were starting them anyway. This is going to be a shootout. Murray, he's another MVP candidate. He's got 6 rushing touchdowns and 10 passing this year. The yards per game are low, but I mean, he's getting the points because he's getting in the end zone. He's rushing. He's rushing for 60 yards, rushing for 50 yards. Hopkins, he's hobbled, but he's going to get his points. He didn't have points in the first half last week, and then he just started catching the ball. Drake, he took over the running game last week. I think he had 162 yards, 2 TDs. Look to keep that going. Keep Edmonds at bay. I'd hold on to Edmonds. I still have him in one of my leagues just because you don't know what Kenyon Drake is going to be. Christian Kirk, I like him in this game a lot.
2 touchdowns last week.
Wow, what a player last week, huh?
Yeah, he's awesome. He had that long 80-yard touchdown.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Seattle's defense, they are porous in the pass, porous in the run. This is going to be a shoot out. With that being said, Seattle, they continue to roll. I love Seattle. I love Russell Wilson. He's awesome. He's just a fun player to watch.
I'm going to go with I think we'll go with Arizona.
Boo.
I think we'll go with Arizona. At Arizona. I'll take Arizona.
I don't know.
The points.
I can't believe Drake is actually coming around.
Yeah, it's disgusting, isn't it?
Yeah,
There's a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I don't like it. I like Chase Edmonds way more than I like Drake, but it's Drake's getting they're sticking with him, man. I gotta respect it. So,
well, I probably have a game coming up. I'm going to go. The one I remember that was on my screen would be Chicago at the Rams, right?
Is that the one you're supposed to say?
5-0 Chicago.
You got 2 games left.
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember what the other one was yet. Oh yeah, I remember. I didn't remember what it was. But we'll go Chicago at the Rams. Chicago is 5-0, and my memory serves me right. Jared Goff has completed only 50% of his passes, 0 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions versus the last 2 Chicago games. Their defense has blown Jared Goff up. So I'm going to be looking for the under in this one. I feel, boy, it's awful tough. I don't want to take the Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears. I'm taking the Bears.
Bears.
Do it.
The Bears.
Yeah.
We're taking the Bears in the under.
The Bears.
Yep.
Bears.
Sure.
I can't believe the Bears keep on winning. Like, I just can't believe their defense is a lot better than people.
5-0.
Yeah. They're fucking
Nick Foles, baby. Nick Foles.
Big Dick Nick.
Jesus. Unreal. Mitch Trubisky. Warming that seat on that bench.
Allen Robinson, a must start. I would
absolutely
expect.
Montgomery, the same.
Cole Kmet. No, just kidding.
Rams, what are you doing?
Actually, he had a touchdown last week.
He did.
They were talking about getting him the ball more because he was a high draft pick for them.
He was a high draft pick out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, and it was funny because I was looking at him, picking him up before last week's game, and then fucking sure than shit, fucking there he is with a touchdown. I was like, Very interesting. That's going to be something to watch right there. Henderson is playing. He was limited in practice all week. I would expect for him to continue to carry the ball, but you never fucking know.
What about Cam
McVay,
Akers? Did he see the ball this week?
Liar.
Did Cam Akers even have a fucking carry last week?
It's awful.
It's so ridiculous, dude. I can't.
After McVay said, we're going to get him the ball more. We're going to get him the ball more. He doesn't see the field. Why?
Anyone
Why
that
did
has
you
a
spend that
personal
pick?
assistant that fucking keeps him off the field, you know, like that, I fucking hate that team. I really
Jesus.
do.
Yeah.
I'm not biased.
No, Bears then. Taking the Bears out of spite.
Taking the Bears.
No, I'm with you, TJ. I'm with you. Take the Bears.
Take the Bears. Take the Bears.
You take the under on that, TJ? Is that what you said?
Yeah. I'll take the under. The Bears and the under. Just listen again. The last two times these people, Jared Goff had played the Bears. Who are these people? The last two times, 50% of his passes. So he's gone maybe 30 for 60. It's not good. 0 touchdowns and 5 interceptions.
I can't believe that. So this is all last year, or is it the past 2 years?
Past 2 years. Past
Unreal.
2 times they played. So yeah, that's not great. Not great. Well, I maybe have another game.
No, I gotta. So I'll
Good.
go into my game here with your Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Mine.
Yours, TJ. That's right, yours against the Raiders.
Ooh.
Here's the thing: the Raiders' offensive line all have COVID. Like, this is going to be an absolute shit show of a Raiders game. I mean, this is going to be, I don't know how many times, over under sacks of Carr, I'd say
10.
Yeah, I'd say over 5. I bet he gets sacked 5 times this game. No, but legit, that offensive line is decimated with the 19. I'd be sitting Carr, starting Brady. That, like I said, that Tampa Bay defense is one of the best defense that we've seen in the past probably decade. I would have we're just going to continue to see them get better and better and better and better. They are giving up the least amount of yards a game out of any team. I think they're under 300 yards they're giving up, combined yards.
Jeez.
So Jones is a must start. I think like even if
Rojo
is coming back and stuff like that, dude. Jones is the guy, man. He's looked way better than anyone else running the ball. They would be stupid not to just continue to give that kid the ball.
Next week we're going to be talking about, do you start Antonio Brown or not?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Fucking gross. Dude.
That's gross.
I just see that as being like fucking Josh Gordon to the Patriots, or like Chad Ochocinco. Like a big name shows up and doesn't do shit.
Brady loves Antonio Brown.
Too many chips, not enough Indians. But I will say this. I think the whole reason why they went out and got him was because he kicks ass at running routes. And I don't think Brady and Godwin are in tune with each other.
Yeah, which is weird because Godwin's he's like that Edelman type.
I know, and I don't get it. I think Brady and Evans are doing all right with each other, but
as long as he stays healthy.
There's something going on. Where does this team get all this fucking money? Well, they have Pirates treasure. They got the booty or something.
Well, I think the owner owns Man United. I think the owner of the team owns Man United. Yeah.
Okay.
Other owners like in American sports that own other soccer teams? Any other owners?
Yeah. He's like a weird guy. He's like married to this broad named Linda.
I think he jerks off.
Just traded the soon-to-be World Series MVP.
Yeah,
maybe that shit team. Jesus.
So you obviously starting Josh Jacobs. I would start Waller still. I would sit Gronk. I think that was a fucking fluke. I'd wait to see what he did again, but I don't think Gronk's going to have 75-1. A lot of people are like, he's back, baby, he's back. And I'm like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he needs to see more.
especially like once they get Brown in there. It's like now you got fucking four guys.
My sources are telling me that the Las Vegas offensive line is actually healthy this week. They are not out.
They're all dying. They're all dying.
Well, let me just tell you, by halftime they'll all be dead.
Okay.
Yeah,
If that's going to happen, they're gonna, Swiss cheese. Not my. I know, Mandarin, you're up the next game. I think you got
no more games.
I got one.
You got one.
I got one more game.
Let's blow through that game. Say it.
Chargers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? That's the last game. Smith Country Cheese Defense of the Week, Jacksonville Jaguars. The Chargers of Los Angeles, Anaheim, whatever they are. Justin Herbert is going to have a field day. I almost took I can't go with the Jets defense every week. So that being said, I think Justin Herbert's going to have one hell of a day today. I don't think Jacksonville has any offensive weapons you should start in fantasy. Even Robinson, their running back, if you're desperate, start him. But Gardner Minshew has a very, very, very good chance of being benched today. If we don't see anything by the second quarter out of him, he's gone. He's done. They shouldn't even make sports cards of him anymore. No jersey cards, no autographs. Guy sucks. They're going out to Los Angeles, and they're going to get their asses handed to them. So the Smith Country Defense of the Week is Jacksonville. I will take I'll take the Chargers. They're 7.5. I will take the under because if it's a blowout, usually one team will score, maybe 35 points. The other team scores 10. We're at 45. The over-under is 49. I'll take the under.
Yeah, I can see that. This game blows.
Sure.
We do have a correction. Okay, so they're all tested on Sunday. They are all playing. Offensive line are playing, tested today. They're all back.
Still, that Tampa defense, I think they're like top 3 in rushing.
If they're back or not. It doesn't change a fucking thing.
I scooped them up.
It changes the amount of sacks.
And someone just said Keenan Cole is a top 20 wide receiver. Not if you got Gardner Minshew throwing him the ball.
It's funny because statistically, I think he is in the top 20, 25, something like that.
I wouldn't be starting him. It's too risky this week.
If Minshew gets benched, Mike Glennon is in. Remember him?
Oh, really? Shit. Tampa Bay Bucks, Mike Glennon?
Bay,
yeah.
Jesus, you think they'd get somebody better than that? Christ, can't they even hire Colin Kaepernick for fuck's sake? Let's go.
So who do you think, boys? You think Justin Jackson getting it or Kelly?
Justin Jackson. Pretty good. Yeah. But I bet you it's a mix.
He's been questionable all week. I know that. He's been a little bit dinged up. But, I would think it would be Justin Jackson as well. He catches the ball a lot better than Kelly does.
All right. And that ends the games, right?
I think that's about it. Yeah, I mean, we're right on track.
Justin, throw the number up. Let's throw the number up. Let's take some of these callers. Let's take them. You want to talk? Let's go. 508-964-3527. Call us up. Let's go.
Look, literally the Raiders had Colton Miller, Denzel Good, Rodney Hudson, and Gabe Jackson. That's their entire fucking offensive line was on the COVID-19 list.
Oh, their other
Jesus.
Trent Brown. Trent Brown, yeah, he's out, right?
I think so.
He's not a small man. That Trent Brown, big man, expatriate, big guy.
He was great on the Pats too. He was great.
Yeah, he was. It's too bad they let him go, or he wanted to get out of there. So,
he wanted to get paid.
Yeah, he wanted to get paid, and that's fine. They'll let him pay. They'll let him pay. All right, Justin, we got no calls.
Nobody's calling.
All right, I didn't think
thank
so.
God.
That's all right.
Whole bunch of fucking managers. They all know what they're doing. They're all like, look at these assholes.
We got a good work gig from Killer Kowalski. Some asshole keeps talking about Julie DeCaro in the chat.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
That's
she could be a lineman.
She sure could. Do we have anything else? Let's see. Any questions via the ice signing Aaron Jones? Let's know.
You know who looked good in that Thursday night game? Sterling Shepard. He came back off the IR. I dropped him for Fulgham. Fulgham from the Eagles.
Fulgham from the Eagles, yeah.
That was a mistake.
Who are some other stashes that you guys are kind of looking at? Like I said earlier about Pollard, and if you got the room to go grab, maybe you put Benny Snell back on there with James Conner's injury history. And is there anyone else that you guys are possibly looking at?
Let's see. On my IR, I got Lazard from Green Bay and Coleman. And let's see who else. I got Edmonds. And, of course, Antonio Brown.
I can think of another good ad this week, too. If you're thin at tight end, would be Fells for Houston.
Yep.
Atkins is not playing. Fells had like 75 yards or 85 yards, I believe, last week. And that might be a good ad if you're thin there. Now, the other thing is Tanyan playing for Green Bay.
Yeah, he was just active. He just
I have him starting my one of my leagues. I have him starting this week.
Yeah.
I think
Mike Williams is still out there.
Jeez. So let's see.
Mike Williams had a pretty goddamn game too.
You know who did Richard the Rogers there for Philadelphia this Thursday night?
Yeah. With Hurts out.
Hurts and Goddard out. So he did pretty well.
Ruggs is available in almost half of the leagues. He's fast, but I mean, he caught like two balls for like 100 yards last week.
I just got a question: Jerry Jeudy or Jones Jr. from Detroit?
Judy. Yeah. Jones. This is a tough one.
I know, right?
It's a shootout in Detroit here, in Atlanta, and then you look at it and you're like, Jesus, you got Drew Lock going against Kansas City.
Yeah, Kansas City, yeah.
It's Drew Lock, it's not Matthew Stafford. Which quarterback's better? That's what you have to ask yourself. Which quarterback's better?
Yeah, there you go.
I would go Jones Jr.
Jones Jr. Tim Patrick is someone else that's been who stepped into that role for Cortland Sutton like pretty well. I mean, he's getting thrown to, and he's a deep threat. So it's funny. He's another guy that I've seen a lot of people picking up here as late, and he's not owned in very many leagues at the moment. He's available.
Jeez.
Got Traquan Smith. He's available, and
yeah, he's 70%. He'd be a start for me if you, if you need to plug somebody in your lineup, that's the guy you want to go get right now if he's available. Just for this 1 week. I'm not sure how the rest of the week's going to pan out. But for this 1 week, I would definitely.
What's wrong with Emmanuel Sanders?
COVID.
Really?
Yep.
Goddamn COVID.
See some defenses that are out there.
Ooh.
Chicago's out there in some leagues.
Any thoughts on the Philly Giants game, gentlemen? Wow.
Daniel Jones can't run.
Daniel Jones. That was awful. I can't believe he got sniped.
Hey, white boy.
That was horrible.
Someone's got to do that fucking snipe video of him.
Evan Ingram, can you catch the
it.
ball?
I've seen it.
Oh, really? Someone did it? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I played Carson Wentz in one of my leagues out of nowhere as a bye week replacement for Lamar Jackson, and he fucking produced.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. He's had 25 points for the last few weeks or so.
I feel like that Eagles team is now the best team in that division, and they just got to I feel like they're close to figuring something out. What happened with Sanders? Why was he out?
Hurt. I forget I think he's out for a couple weeks too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Hamstring?
That's why everyone added Boston Scott, was it? That was a big ad over the week.
Oh, his knee.
Knee.
Yep, knee.
Well, let's do this. I'll give out the number one more time. If we don't get a call, we're done. 508-964-3527. It's right on the screen. Go ahead and call. Get your fantasy football questions.
What are you guys snacking on?
I'm going to go something different this week. Buffalo chicken dip.
Fried Vienna sausages. pan.
Oh, I like
God.
that. I like that. It's almost
Really
like
good.
fried bologna. I'm going to go with something different as well. Peanuts in a shell.
Unbelievable. Those are really good.
Delicious.
Those are really good. All right, gentlemen. Well, hey, it's a fun week. Sorry about the IT problems. I can't believe everything
Yeah,
just
we
froze.
fought through it.
Yeah, everything's back up, and I lost a lot of stuff right now, and I'm not a happy camper. So, if you know what that means, buried. Anyway,
Buried, gentlemen.
play WAP. No, that's what I say. Someone just said, play WAP.
Well, get the wet ass pussy.
Yeah, bucket and a mop. Bring a bucket and a mop. Macaroni in a pot. We'll see you next week, guys.
I love you,
Signing
Tom
off.
Brady.